An article about my family was just published in Newsweek. What? Let's talk about it. If you're new here, hi, I'm Makalea. A reporter reached out after seeing one of my videos about my whole family having Lyme disease. My siblings and I all have or had Lyme disease, but guess who in our family was diagnosed first and treated? Our childhood dog, Molly. A reporter saw that video and reached out, and I talked a little bit about my family's story with Lyme disease. Let's set the scene. I now am in my early 30s, okay? But in early high school, our family dog Molly, she was diagnosed with Lyme disease. She had a rash, it was infected. My mom brought her into the vet. She was tested immediately for Lyme and she's put on antibiotics, and then she was totally fine, lived a very long, happy, healthy life, and she passed away at 16 and a half. Lyme disease did not get her down, but you know who it got down? Me and all my siblings. The humans in our family were bit by ticks and likely contracted Lyme and co-infections around the same time as our dog Molly. But the kicker is, it took over a decade to get diagnosed. A decade. Yes, you heard that right. And I was diagnosed in early 2020. I was like, wow, this year's gonna suck. That was January. Jokes on me. And based off of my symptom history, my doctor suspected at the time that I had already been sick with Lyme disease for over 10 years, which stacks up. And you're probably thinking, well, then why the heck weren't you diagnosed? Okay, I was going to the doctor. I was going to good doctors. Like throughout high school, I was getting treated at Walter Reed Medical Center. You may have heard of that one. So I just was never asked about tick exposure. And if they had, I would have said, oh, I have pulled off several ticks. I never brought it up because I never got a bullseye's rash. And I think there is a widely believed myth that Lyme disease equals a bullseye's red rash. I never got one of those. I never got a rash, period. I was sick for over 10 years, and then I treated Lyme for 5.5 years. Okay, 5.5 years. And in those first few years, I noticed in my 3 siblings, I was like, guys, these symptoms you're telling me about, I think that might be Lyme disease. Sure enough, helped get them tested. I know, very eldest daughter of me. But between the 4 of us, we had Lyme disease, Babesia, Bartonella, and Rocky Mountain spotted fever. And nope, none of my siblings' doctors brought up the idea of Lyme disease either, which is crazy because we have the symptoms. So I'm so grateful that the journalist reached out and wrote this article, because I really hope that it can help spread awareness about Lyme disease. If we can help by sharing our story and that helps one person avoid this path that we've gone down, that would all be worth it. The article is linked in my bio. I can't believe that we're in Newsweek. Check yourself for ticks. Bye.